Now let me ask you this. If you're on the market for a metal print, a acrylic print, or even a canvas print and you're unsure of who you're going to use. So you go to Google, correct? And type in best metal print, for example. You're going to see a list of websites that are going to give you a list of best metal print companies. But the problem is when you take a closer look, and it doesn't matter whether it's metal, canvas, or acrylic, all these searches kind of result in the same sort of websites, spewing out a bunch of websites that they are saying are the best at this. Now, the problem is these websites have never even touched any of these prints. They're just putting together kind of a list form, regurgitating some marketing photos that the print companies have fed them, and putting their affiliate links in there, which is not fair for you folks. So we do things a little bit different here. In a minute, I'm going to crack open this print here. I'm going to share with you what I like about the packaging. I'm going to share with you, I think this is the metal print. I've ordered a lot of prints here over the course of the last handful of months, and I honestly forget which is which or what I have coming in. But anyways, I'm going to share with you from a framing, if it's a canvas print, the canvas, the ink, the print quality, A to Z with it, and ultimately at the end, we're going to have a scorecard letting you know how this compares to others. Now, you may agree with the things that I say, you may not, but ultimately at the end of the day, if you go out there and spend your hard-earned money for a print from this particular company, you're going to have a good idea as far as what your money's going to get you. Now, with that said, let's crack this open. Okay, so this is coming from Saal Digital. These guys are overseas. So right off the get-go, we have plastic straps, and we have, all right, so the cardboard, I mean, it's not really heavy duty, but it seems to be doing the job with how this is sandwiched. But this is, okay, I see what I want here. Now let's do this here. All right, so we can see just a big chunk of cardboard sandwiching the print. Now this is what I really like to see here. So you see the print. Now we have more of these straps, but the print is actually sandwiched in. They actually did a really good job at this. This is a custom. Let's get this out of here first. Oh, I remember the shot. Oh, interesting. They have a little preview of what this is. This is a moon photo. All right. I really like. So you had those plastic bits, those straps, in these little notches, these custom notches here. So that's going to keep everything all nice and locked in. And the reason why, oh, look at that. So this thing, oh, this is really, oops, it's hitting my microphone up there. This is really slick. Okay, so this is a custom box specifically for this print size. I really like that. Now let me share with you why I'm spending so much time talking about how this is packaged, especially for a company like this where it's coming from overseas or even domestically here, a print coming from New York over to California or to Florida or Texas, wherever it may be. Jump onto YouTube and do enough searches for FedEx or UPS drop-kicking packages, and there's no shortage of entertainment on that level. But when we're talking about a print, especially the canvas print, which is going to be a little bit more delicate and sensitive than a metal or acrylic print in many cases, it can easily get damaged. And if you're drop shipping directly to a client, when they crack this thing open, regardless what or where that came from, that's representation of you as a professional. They will phone up you first to let you know that the print is damaged. So how this is packaged is going to determine how well and how protected your print is getting from where it's being printed to whether you're sending it to a client or for a loved one or yourself. This is something I've not seen before. So this big chunk of cardboard here, again, it kind of wraps around. Let's put that there. So again, we're talking about a ginormous chunk of cardboard. There's a little foamy thing on the back, which we'll use that to set on there. That's really slick. Bravo to those guys. Now, let's... Oh, wow, look at that. This looks pretty stinking cool. Now, this is not an image that I took. This is a stock image because I wanted something. This is they have this silver, I'll put the name of the type of metal on there, but it's basically kind of a silver background. And I figured, okay, a moonshot is really going to make this pop really nice. So you have those little star specks going around there. That looks absolutely pretty darn slick. Now, what I'm looking for, any sort of artifacts or any sort of wackiness that is in the actual print itself. And often cases, when you have these big, wide open colors of color, if the printer has the low on ink, or they didn't properly clean it, you can usually see some wackiness. And okay, that's a star. I thought that was a scratch, but that was a star. Now what I'm doing here is I'm going to run my fingers around the edge here, because some of the metal prints that we've seen before have sharp edges, or it's kind of like a serrated to some degree. And so that is fantastic. Let's flip this thing over, take a look at the framework. Okay, so just a little excess glue or something right there, which I am, oh, that looks like the 3M tape that is sandwiching the frame on the back of the board itself there. I can tell you right now, the frame looks pretty darn tight. One thing I've said before, when you look at these sort of frames with the metal frame, unlike wood or plastic, where if your jig is not set properly, it can be a little forgiving. With metal, there's really no forgiveness. So these edges or these corners are extremely tight. These brackets I've not seen before. They did a really good job on this. The frame looks really nice. Now, let's see if this thing is... Let's see if they put this on straight. Okay. 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, 8. Oh, they're going to get off the hook on this one. Easy. 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, 8. Wow. That is dead center. The frame itself is 5 7/8 perfectly in the center, which is really nice. And again, I am taking the time and I'm looking really close to see any sort of blemishes, anything that, again, when we're talking about, especially if you are shipping something like this to a client, that initial curb appeal, and they're going to inspect and they're going to be looking for every possible nook and cranny on it. And that's essentially what I'm doing here, is really inspecting to try to find any sort of cracks or any sort of anything I can gripe about in front of you folks here. Again, setting expectations with you. This looks really good. Let's take a look at the scorecard. Okay, boom, boom, boom. This was another metal print review for Saal Digital. Now it's that time of the video, friends, where, hey, I hope this video was of some value to you. And so if it is, do all that YouTube stuff, like and subscribe. So therefore, every time we come out with a video like this, well, YouTube's going to give you a heads up that that video is primed and ready for you to watch. Now, what I will say is stay tuned for Q3, Q4 this year. We're going to have our actual metal print shootouts, the canvas print shootouts, and of course, 2023 is the first year we're going to be doing acrylic print shootouts. So stay tuned for that, and friends, we'll see you next time.